Welcome to Cars of Mine. I'm Emilio, and today is the first video of the channel. And what better way to start this video off with probably one of my biggest challenges, with one of the highest mileage cars that I've ever owned. I have some car mechanic knowledge, not like the best of the best. So that being said, if you guys ever have any tips, please feel free to put them in the comments. Any constructive criticism helps. So yeah, back to why we're here. So today we are going to be talking about one of the greatest engines ever made, possibly one of the most problematic. E90 life, boy. Oh, what you think?
Just like regular N54 shit, man.
But yeah, so we're going to be starting to build off with a 2008 335i XI, of course pre-LCI. For all of those that don't know, all-wheel drive, twin turbo, inline six, 3.0. Backstory about the car: I picked this car up in Jacksonville, Florida, maybe like 4 weeks ago. Went on vacation, came back, and so now we're here. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna show you around the car, and then we're gonna talk about the issues of the car. And the way that we're gonna do this build segment is we're gonna start from the issues to fixing the issues, kind of get the car back to driving status. I can't drive the car, and you'll find out later on. Then go to probably like OEM plus type stuff, and then later on, final segment of this build is gonna be like actual modification to the car. With that being said, I'm gonna give you guys a little montage of the car first, and then we're gonna walk around and go through all the stuff of the car. The passenger side headlights slash bumper area does have the Xeon headlights in fairly good shape, in my opinion. I actually tried to restore this one myself just to kind of see what I can use to do it, and it came out fairly decent compared to before and after. Now, as you can look at the front of the car, you can see we're missing a few things. I think there's the headlight sprayers, the tow bar cover, and then of course the other one. From the front view, the car, I mean, it looks okay. I mean, it looks pretty fairly in decent shape for what it is. Not really much going on. You can't expect much from 2008. Was also sitting for a whole year. But onto our driver's side, the car has been in, I believe, 5 accidents. So it has a little bit of paint issues. Paint's cracking here. And now we're gonna move up to our hood area. And as you can see, we have some clear coat issues. We have some rust issues. And there is a crack in the windshield that you can see from the inside of it. But so have some paint work to do, and that's gonna be later on. Moving on to our driver's side fender, looks fairly decent. Not really much you can expect from there. Talking about the wheels, I don't believe these are factory wheels. I think these are E92 wheels, if I'm not mistaken. But these tires look in fairly decent shape. Probably old, probably really old. Have to check the date, but nonetheless, it has pretty decent tires. Moving right along. On the driver's side, I mean, I'm gonna just go back with it right now, but it's pretty decent body shape. Like there's not no dents or anything on this car. But when we come to our I don't know, let's just say our first major issue here. If you look, hopefully this camera picks it up, but if you look, it looks like the wheel's turning in, which it definitely is. We have a towing issue here. Not sure if that's from the accident that it had or if it just needs an alignment. We're gonna find out, I'm sure, fairly soon. But look at that. Yeah. Onto the rear of the car. First thing we're gonna start off with this tent. This looks like caca, for real. Coming to the back of it, of course, we have our lights, dual exhaust. Not really much to say about the rear besides this right here, this little rust spot. And yeah, 335xi. All right, to our quarter panel. Man, that light looks pretty good with the paint. But anyways, so, I mean, I actually wonder if this was also in, so if it was affected by the other side. We'll find out. Keep going. Gonna pan out real quick for y'all. We can take a look. Once again, there's not any more issues body-wise, visually, for the car, just the paint. So, onto our interior. We're gonna start from the back. Only reason why I want to start from the back of the car is because we have to replace the window regulator, I imagine, to keep this window up because somebody put a door prop there and I guess it's doing its job because the window hasn't came down yet. Onto the rear of the car with the interior. This interior is disgusting. It is hella dirty. Just look how dirty that is. You can tell, like, this is kind of okay. That is definitely not all right. Somebody was been in here with some mud or whatnot. Slight rip right here. Needs a lot of attention. But it's okay. It's gonna get fixed. Moving on to the front. Front seems to be pretty decent shape. Let's talk about the holy grail right here. Those both work. Yeah, I mean, E90. I mean, there's not much that you can say about that. Little stuff here. Shifter, we got needs a new shifter. Already know that. Steering wheel, like, definitely steering wheel looks disgusting. I mean, how does this even happen? Like, for real. Like, I mean, I know over time, but if you're like a modest person driving, like, what are you doing to it? I always want to know how certain things happen with vehicles. But next thing is our driver's side. As you can see, the door handle has a little bit of, needs to be changed. I think eventually I want to go with black interior, so it's gonna be later on, because this tan is not it. Also, let's talk about one of the other issues. Is the sunroof has a leak somewhere, and so it's gonna require some attention from pulling down our headliner, along with finding where the leak is gonna be. You can see this right here needs to be replaced. That's one of those other things. How does that happen? Beyond me. So I'm just, oh. It was a fuck, oh, yo. It was a roach in there, bro. Got the hell up out of there. That's sick. Damn. It's a good thing it's getting cleaned out. All right. Now that's settled. How does this car run? So I'll tell you what, the car does drive. The car drove 2 hours. Very sketchy. As you can see, it's sketchy because of the alignment issue, and the rear suspension has a lot of stuff going on. So it was a very sketchy drive, but it made it. But how does it run? There's only one way to find out. $173,694, and all the lights. And let's go here. So we got yeah, got a lot of stuff going on, misfiring, everything. It doesn't sound horrible. It doesn't sound too bad. Whatever that little clicking noise is, not too sure. But again, we're gonna figure that out. I feel like it might be a bearing and the belt needs to be replaced. I hope that's the problem. On to the engine bay. I mentioned earlier in the video that the car hasn't been touched. It's a good and a bad thing in my opinion. So far, the only thing that I know that's been replaced has been the water pump. It is throwing a certain fault. We'll get to that later on. But because it hasn't been touched, that means there's things that have not been replaced that probably should have gotten replaced. But on the bright side of things, at least now you know how things go back the proper way, because we're trying to make this thing drivable right now. And so everything is going to be OEM, but on a budget. I didn't mention that before. Not trying to really ball out on this first portion of this build, but we are going to do all the maintenance items first and go from there. So from looking at this, I mean, engine bay doesn't look that bad. Like I said, actually, when I first seen this, I've actually never seen a stock looking engine bay from an E90 or a N54. This is, as mentioned, a twin turbo inline six, 3.0 liter. Yeah, that's it. And common issues for these cars, you have maybe valve cover leaks, wastegate rattle, along with our oil filter housing. So for the most part, there's going to be a lot of gaskets being changed out and to stop leaks. Oh, oil pan gasket is going to have to get done. That's just a start. So pop in the trunk. There is stuff here. I don't really know what's going on just yet. I haven't looked too much back here, but I didn't mention this to you. The only thing I replaced on the car when I first got it was the battery. I haven't yet coated the battery on there, so looking for, because the car itself was coated initially, and I think the coating is jacked up, so I need to set everything back to factory. And that's going to be another video. I have never done it before, but we're going to do it. So there's that. And I think we are going to stop the video right here. Thanks for watching Cars in Mind. I hope that you guys follow, stick around, and through this process. It's going to be a learning process. I know there's a lot of things online, but maybe some problems on this build is different than the other builds. You never know. The beauty of it is the car is stock, so I'll be able to really make a change, in my opinion. So yeah, so definitely appreciate you guys watching, sticking around. Please like, subscribe, follow. We're also we are also on Instagram at Cars in Mind. And so yeah, take care.